DCSync's been around since 2015 from the US. Sean Metcalf did a little bit of research about it, presented at DerbyCon back in 2015, as you can note here. Dealing with minor attack matrix, it is a sub-technique of T1003. If you note here, it states the permissions required are administrator, but that's not completely accurate. If you look at the blog written by Brandon Colley, who coincidentally works for Sean Metcalf over at Trimark Security, you can see this is relying upon the different changes and permissions at the domain head of replicating directory changes and replicating directory changes all. What this really means is these different objects, even if it has this different right, has the ability to extract password hashes offline. Not the same thing as ntds.os dumping, which is another different technique. But anybody with these different rights has the ability to extract those different hashes, and some objects are normal for that. It's expected for Azure AD Connect, as an example, to have this right. So looking at Bloodhound Enterprise as an example, you will notice that these two different accounts have the ability to get password hashes. Doesn't mean they're getting hashes, it means they have the ability to extract out those different hashes. It's normal and expected for Azure AD Connect account to be able to do so. However, many organizations may have multiple Azure AD Connect accounts. If it's not in use, it's recommended to remove this different account from having that right to begin with if this MSOL account is no longer active in the organization. The other anomaly that we see here is this other account. I may want to do a little bit of due diligence to figure out why does this account have this access to begin with. Looking at Security Guardian, we'll actually let you know as well who has the ability to get the ability to extract hashes. So you can see here all these different objects have the ability to get those different hashes anytime they want to. Now, just because they have the ability does not necessarily mean they actually are using the different access to extract hashes. This is looking at the audit findings from a recent time period. Looking at on-demand audit, I have performed this attack within Titanform in the past. So if you're going to search this, I have the ability to look through all the different searches right here, and I'm looking for all irregular domain replication activity. The default search will return no results. However, if I modify this, you'll see the different filter that we are using. We're excluding out any account that's legit, i.e. your MSOL. So maybe we get information on-demand audit. I'm just going to change this to 3,000 days. I'll do another different run, and I will notice that these different accounts here have actually been using their ability to extract password hashes. And I can see the accounts they were doing it from. So DCSync is extremely powerful. It can get the different hashes. You should allow this so only sanctioned tools can actually extract password hashes. Just because you see an account that has this different access doesn't necessarily mean malicious intent. We may see some of our competitors, for example, Networks is doing a thing where they're checking out the different password hashes for password complexity requirements, dictionary attacks, things of that nature. So that may actually be a legit purpose. But the other accounts that have the ability, they don't need it, we would highly recommend taking it away. So there's just a little bit of information about DCSync. Thanks for listening.